Howdy, folks. High Value DMD. Don't just give me your subscription, but please let me earn it. Let me earn your like and let me earn your comment. I am ashamed of my community, and here's why. I got on Facebook a couple days ago, and I get on there to maintain professional presence and appearance. I am no longer living in my hometown. Eventually, maybe I'd like to return to the area. Just depends on how things go in my career. And I like to just keep a presence, leave a comment here and there, let people know I'm thinking about them, because I am going to be a dentist from that area. And anyway, I get on there and I see that this one young girl and this one young guy, they're getting married. No, they're not even getting married. It was a maternity photo with this young guy. And the reason why I remember this young girl is she was probably, I don't know how old she is. She's several years younger than me. Probably, 5, 6, maybe 7 years younger than me. And I'm 27. The reason why I remember this young girl is I used to work at an orthodontic lab. Or an office, really. And I was the grunt of the whole office. I was essentially underneath all of the assistants. And so I would run around the office and do lab work, and I would take care of whatever the assistants needed. And I remember that young girl because she was one of the assistants' daughters. I think she was in maybe 8th or 9th grade when I was working there. And so I log on Facebook and I see this young girl and she's pregnant. Or she's got her hand on her stomach and the guy is there and whatever. They're posing. And so I'm just trying to take in this information and recall and understand what's going on. And it's kind of weird for me because I'm 27. I'm well into my adulthood. I'm not yet married, but I'm headed towards marriage. And kids for me are probably 3, 4, 5 years out. And to see this person that was always much younger than me, how they're already pregnant, that was, it's life. She's probably maybe 20, 21, I don't know. So that, it happens. It's not just completely out of left field. But this is what gets me, this is what grinds my gears, right? I come from the Bible Belt. I come from a community that is Christian, that believes in Christian values. And for some reason, having children out of wedlock, no one bats an eye anymore to this. No one bats an eye. But I can guarantee you, and trust me, I'm not a social justice warrior. I'm not an apologist for homosexuality, all this. But I can guarantee you that if two young men or 2 young women were on there kissing and stuff, I can guarantee you my community would look a little bit different towards that behavior, which I would say and I would define from the Bible that that's sin. And I can guarantee you most people from that area would define that as sin. But when we have a young and dumb 2 people, they're getting pregnant, they're not married, that is just like, oh, well, at least they're together, at least they love each other. No, they're not married. That is sinful, what they did. And it's just like, oh, it's a boy. Honestly, in my opinion, this should be a great shame on those 2 people, on the young man in particular, that he would drag a woman into an engagement or into a fling, and he got her pregnant, and she's not married. You should be ashamed of yourself, young man. But nowadays, we don't think like that. It's like, oh, it's fine. Oh, it's beautiful young baby. It's a gift from God, which the Bible does say children are gifts from God that should be cherished or whatever. Here's also a reality. To avoid poverty, you need to do these 2 things. You need to, 1, graduate from high school. And number 2 is you need to wait until you're married to have children. So if you follow those 2 things statistically, you are going to not be in poverty. So we have my community, which is mostly white Anglo-Saxon, Anglo-European, Protestant people, Southern Bible Belt. We are praising someone who, for one, engaged in sin, and for two, made a choice that statistically is going to put them straight into poverty. It is going to disadvantage that young kid. This is not ideal. This should not be normalized. What should be normalized and praised and amped up to just louder than anything else should be two young people who both made wise decisions, wise financial decisions, okay? Wise decisions with their education, whether to go or not to go to college. Two people that get married before they have children. I can't believe I even have to explain this. Those people are the role model. That is the formula to follow. You should not do this any other way. Get married, then have children later. And I know people that have had children within a year after they got married. And I know for a fact they did wait they didn't get pregnant before, they waited. And God is going to bless that situation. God is going to bring those children just great fruits in their lives. They're going to be brought up well. My situation, my two parents were married and I was the last child. I cannot tell you how just practical means of providing for children, rearing them up, giving them what they need. It's going to be so much easier when you have a plan in place. But so many people are just flying through life. And you know what? The Gen Xers, the baby boomers, they just lift all of us up. Oh, we would make mistakes, right? But they continue to baby us. I think in the back of people's minds is, oh, if I get pregnant, my parents will help me take care of the kid. They'll take care of me. And that's the kind of nonsense, man. There's all of this cushion. But back in my grandparents' day, there was no cushion, man. If you screwed up, if you had a kid before you got married, guess what? You're going to go to the courthouse tomorrow. You're going to marry that woman so as to not dishonor her. Then you're going to bust your butt. You're going to be working 65, 70 hours a week to provide for that woman and that child. Because that's your problem. It's not a problem, but where has the honor gone? Where are our communities going? Why is it that nobody wants to say the quiet part out loud? Or just say the hard thing sometimes. I don't care. I'll say the hard thing. Now, I'm not going to get on Facebook and post about it because, for one, I don't know those people that well, and it's not my place, and nobody asked me for my opinion. But I think we need a fundamental cultural change in how young people are approaching the family. And then there's the hardcore other side where people are putting off marriage or not getting married at all. There's the young men that are disenfranchised with dating and relationships. There's the young women that are disenfranchised with it. Two extremes. One side of people that are just hookup culture, not looking for anything. And then you got pregnant. At least they're showing togetherness on Facebook. But it's still reckless over here. It is still without planning. It's still not an intelligent move. And I'll say this too. It just may be that people that aren't intelligent, they're never going to get it. And they're always going to be doing stuff like that. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you just use protection? But hey, I don't know. Thought I'd get on here and rant about it. If I ever had a daughter that did this, heck, I don't know what I would do. I have no idea. I know I would help support, but I can guarantee you I'd be on that young man like fire in a prairie on a summer day. I'd be on him to take care of that young lady, to marry that young lady, to do what's right. But People, our community, we don't sanction people. If you've ever taken sociology, you learn about how there's mores and social sanctions, and in my opinion, that we should social sanction that behavior. There should be a voice that is against that. In our churches and our pulpits, we should be talking out against that behavior. But I don't know. I haven't really heard that from churches. I hear a lot about gay. I hear a lot about trans. But I don't hear a lot about sex outside of marriage, children outside of marriage, living together before you're married. Okay? Hey, that's just my opinion. You know, if you think differently, then feel free to explain why, or show me some scripture in the Bible that you can explain something different. That is my rant for today. My Sunday is over. It is time to start the week and go into clinic. I have 2 more weeks of clinic, and then I will be graduating. I can't wait to share more videos and experiences with you guys. Please leave a comment. I hope I earned your subscription. I hope I earned your like, and I hope I earned your comment. Let me know what you think below. Till next time.